I know, the YouTube algorithm feels like this force working against you on your YouTube growth journey. However, the truth is it's not your enemy, it's just a system. And once you understand how it thinks, you can start getting it to work for you rather than feeling like it's working against you. In this video, I'm going to break the algorithm down into very simple terms for you. If that sounds good to you, stick around. But first, before we jump into how the YouTube algorithm works, we first need to understand why it exists in the first place. Well, the answer is simple. YouTube's #1 goal is to keep people on their platform watching videos for as long as humanly possible. And why do they want to keep people on their platform? Because YouTube makes money via the ads it sells to businesses that show up on the videos that you watch. So the more people watching YouTube, the longer they're watching, the more ads they see, the more money YouTube makes. That's it. Pretty simple, right? So building on this, if the main goal of YouTube is to keep people on the platform, the algorithm is going to reward content and YouTubers that create content that keeps people on the platform longer. So now that you know the what and why with regards to the YouTube algorithm, how does it actually keep people on the platform longer? And that all boils down to suggested content. YouTube keeps you on their platform by suggesting content to you that it thinks you will want to watch. And all those videos on your homepage when you open up YouTube are there for a reason. And all those videos that show up when you click on a video and show up as suggested videos on the right-hand side of the screen, those are also there for a very specific reason, and that's to keep you on the platform. Those videos are being suggested to you because YouTube thinks you want to watch them. And the better that YouTube gets at predicting what you want to watch, the better chance it has of keeping you on the platform. So, how does the YouTube algorithm decide what to show you? Well, this might sound a little creepy, but the YouTube algorithm is watching your every move. Every thumbnail you've clicked on, every video title you've clicked on, every video you've watched and clicked out of, when you've clicked out of that video, what style that video was, the pacing of that video, the way the person spoke in that video, the language of that video, the location of that video, the cultural expression in that video. Everything. YouTube is watching your every move with regards to what you like and what you don't like. And understanding that what you like is content that you watch longer, content you engage with by liking, commenting, or subscribing to, and things that you don't like, it assumes you check out very quickly, or you watch half the video and you leave. So since YouTube is watching you so closely and capturing all this data about your behaviors on YouTube, it can learn what you like to watch on YouTube and serve you up videos similar to what you have watched in the past. So if a new video is uploaded to YouTube, the YouTube algorithm is going to ask itself, do you think viewer A would like to watch this video? If the answer is yes, based on all the data they have on you, they will present you with that video. If the answer is no, based on all the data they have on you, they will not present you with that video. And that is why if you open up your YouTube home screen, it looks radically different than if I open up my YouTube home screen. Because our home screens, the videos that are suggested to us, are based on our previous watch history and all of our behaviors that have taken place on YouTube thus far. So now that we know the how, what, and why of YouTube algorithm, let's move on to watching what happens as soon as you upload a video to YouTube as a new content creator. And it works the same for any level of content creator, whether you have 1,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, or 0 subscribers. This is the process your video goes through as it enters the YouTube algorithm. Step 1, it goes into round 1. Let's think of it as getting into the boxing arena and you get into round 1. The goal of getting into round 1 is to win this round so that you can make it to the next round of boxing, right? If you don't make it through this first round, you will not make it to the second round of boxing, and basically you got knocked out in round 1. So round 1, YouTube pushes your content out to 50 to 100 people that it thinks will like your video based on everything we just talked about. The data of the person that has watched, their watch history, what they like, what they don't like, the style of your video, the language of your video, all of the things, the topic of your video, all of that is filtered through a system. And once it determines who your best audience is, it shows it to 50 to 100 people. So let's say out of those 50 to 100 impressions that they're called, when the video is impressed upon someone on the browser screen, on the browse in YouTube, or in the suggested video feed on YouTube. So if no one clicks and you get 0 clicks for those 100 impressions, you have a 0% click-through rate. If that happens, that video dies right there and doesn't get pushed out to the next round. That video will become buried in YouTube, and the only way people will now find it is if they do a search that has very specific keywords that match the keywords in your video title or your thumbnail or description. That's the only way a video that dies out of the gate can be resurrected, is through searchable content. Now, we can't grow a channel fast through searchable content. You can grow a channel with searchable content slowly and over time based on people searching for that content. But what we really want to do is get into browse and suggested so that our video has a chance to go viral. And that will help our channel grow faster than searched content. Now, this might feel like a harsh shot to you and your YouTube video. You get that one chance, and if you don't make it, then it gets thrown to search content, right? But this is the reason. The YouTube algorithm wants to maximize its profits. So if your video doesn't get clicked on, it's going to replace that video with another video and see if that gets clicked on. If that video gets clicked on, then that video moves up through the ranks and goes into different rounds of YouTube. Okay, so let's change the scenario slightly. Let's say out of those 100 impressions that your video got, you got 4 clicks. So you got a 4% click-through rate, 4 divided by 100, 4% click-through rate, right? If you got a 4% click-through rate, which is quite good, it's a solid starting point for your click-through rate with your videos. If it gets that, then YouTube will catch its attention. It'll be like, okay, this seems like it's okay. It still keeps you in level 1. It still keeps you in round 1 of boxing, right? You're only in the first round of this match, but it is paying attention. Now, the next phase of this boxing round, of round 1 on YouTube algorithm, is it must retain the viewer's attention. So let's say 4 people click in because your thumbnail and title caught their attention, but they don't keep watching. Within the first 10 to 15 seconds, they're like, oh, this is not what I thought it was, I'm out of here, and they leave your video. Or they're like, oh, this is really unprofessional, or I can't hear what they're saying, oh, or they're just talking all about themselves, or this person's just rambling, I have no idea why this video relates to the title of the video. You didn't meet their expectations, and they leave the video. And so if that happens, the same thing happens again. Your video gets shot down, gets sent to buried content where it is now only searchable, and it is not gonna come back up on the browse or suggested page of YouTube channel. Unless people start finding it through search, then it might come back to the browse again. But for now, it's shot down. You lost your chance to go to level 2 or round 2 with this particular video as the way it is right now. And why does this happen? Because remember, the number 1 goal of YouTube is retention. They want people to stay on the platform. So if you are not retaining people in your video for the first 10 to 15 seconds, then that video will also be shot down dead. Okay, let's say scenario 3, you get the 4% click-through rate and you also keep people in your video for almost 40 to 50% of the video. So half of the time of your video, they keep watching. Now YouTube's really paying attention. They're like, okay, this is good, this is solid. They keep people on the platform. The people have watched some of the ads on the videos. So now YouTube thinks this is a solid video, it looks promising, and is considering promoting you to the second level. So this video is solid, it's performing well, and in YouTube's eyes, it's doing what it wants. It's keeping people on the platform. So then it thinks, okay, doing well, let's promote it to round 2. Now in round 2 of YouTube algorithm, if you get back in the boxing ring for a second round, it now presents your content to 1,000 to 2,000 people. So this means now it wants you to perform at the same level you just did in round 1. So if you got a 4% click-through rate in round 1, it's gonna want you to see if you can maintain that 4% click-through rate in round 2. So that means now, instead of getting 4 people to click on it, you need between 40 and 80 people to click on it to be 4% of 1,000 to 2,000 people watching your video. Then once that happens and they click on it and they get in there and you have the 4% click-through rate, if people continue to watch it at 40 to 50% of the video, they're watching the majority of the video, and you're keeping people on the platform, that's again another good sign. If it does well in round 3, it goes to round 4, where it's shown to 10,000 to 50,000 people. So you see how this process just keeps repeating itself. Now it also might become clear to you why your video grows to a certain point and then flatlines. So if you see your video grows and grows and grows to about 50 to 100 views and then flatlines, It's because you didn't make it out of round one. Your video isn't good enough to get out of round one. It worked on the first 100, but it didn't work on the second 1,000 or 2,000 people. It needs to have a better quality, or it needs to have a better thumbnail or title. So you made it through one level, but you weren't good enough to make it through the second, third, or fourth, or fifth level, right? So it didn't continue to push out your content. So once you understand that, then you can start to clear on, okay, I made it through round one. I'm good at getting through round one, but what do I need to do? How do I need to change my videos to get to the next level, to get to round 2 or round 3, to 1,000 views or 2,000 views or 10,000 views? What do I need to do differently? And that is when you start to then look at other channels that are successful, that do have those amount of views, and watch their videos and see how they compare to your videos. That will give you a hint as to what you might be missing. However, here is the big takeaway that I want you to hear. This is exactly how someone with 0 subscribers can go viral on YouTube. Because the YouTube algorithm does not care how many subscribers you have, how many views you've had in the past. It only cares that, is this video keeping people on the platform? Is this video keeping people engaged and they are sticking around to watch more and more videos, thus more and more ads, thus making YouTube more and more ad revenue money for their business, right? That's all it cares about. So you have an amazing opportunity. If you get your video right, if you get the retention right, if you get the thumbnail and the title and the topic right, and it lands well on YouTube, you have the potential to go viral with your very first video. So that potential is there, that opportunity is there, and it's there for all of us. So I really want you to hear that. The YouTube algorithm is not working against you. It's working with you. It wants you to succeed because it wants to make money. So make the videos that go from round 1 to round 2 to round 3 to round 4, and then you will go viral. And then that is how you can grow your channel even as a new YouTuber. And on the flip side, if your content isn't getting those views, isn't getting pushed out, then you know you need to address something. You need to adapt, you need to change, you need to try something different. You need to learn certain skills. Maybe you need to edit better, maybe you need to present better, maybe you need to ramble less, maybe you need to think about the lighting or the sound quality, or is your video shaking a lot? Like, focus on all of those things. Is your intro to your video way too long and you just need to have a simple hook in the beginning? These are all things that are skills, and skills can be honed. So I don't want you to get discouraged. I want you to actually be encouraged by this video, because everyone can succeed on YouTube. They just have to build up the skills that are necessary for making it through those rounds. Just like a boxer getting in the boxing ring. If you don't make it through the first round, you need to go back to the gym, train harder, learn more skills, hone your skills better, and then go back into the ring against whoever you're fighting against, in this case, YouTube and all the other videos out there, and you want to win. So by honing your skills, by practicing the skills you need to succeed on YouTube, to have better videos, you can then grow your channel on YouTube. Now, you're probably wondering, how often does this scenario play out, that someone's first video on YouTube goes viral? I'm going to say not very often. And the reason is because of all those things I just spoke about. You can't come to YouTube and expect to be a master of YouTube when you have never done YouTube before. Even if you have experience in news and being a news anchor and you're great at presenting, you still have to learn how to edit. Maybe you have been in film school and you are wonderful at editing, you're wonderful at setting things up, but you're horrible at presenting on video because you're used to being behind the camera, not in front of the camera. So no matter what, you will need to hone certain skills, and it's very unlikely that you will have all of those skills honed when you first come to YouTube. It's like going to ballet school and expecting to become a professional ballerina in the first lesson of ballet. It's not gonna happen. You need to put in the reps, you need to practice, and you need to get better at your skills in order to become a master of what you are doing. Same thing with YouTube. You have to put in the time in order to get good enough to make it through the different rounds of the YouTube algorithm. So hopefully this gives you hope. And to be honest, the only way to fail with the algorithm is to blame the algorithm. Because if you are blaming the algorithm and saying it's its fault, algorithm isn't pushing my stuff out, the algorithm doesn't understand what I'm trying to do, you're not gonna grow. You have to take responsibility for yourself and be an adult on YouTube and ask yourself, okay, why aren't people watching my videos? What can I do better with my videos? And once you figure that out and start to put those pieces in the puzzle and it makes a full picture, you are well on your way to growing your YouTube channel. So now that's how the YouTube algorithm works. If you are interested in learning about a strategy for how many videos to post, what types of videos to post, and how to grow your YouTube channel from the strategy standpoint while using algorithm, while using what you know now about the algorithm, definitely check out this video next, because I walk you through step by step the strategies for different levels that you are at on your YouTube journey, whether it's a complete beginner, whether you have 10,000 subscribers or 50,000 subscribers and beyond. So I'll see you there. Thanks for watching.